Dama, Fel the Dumb. They're all the same. Nothing more than power-hungry despots. Talking like that might get you gutted around here, and my point is proven. They rule by fear. Even just rulers have their limits. Salih Neon. He was a true leader. Who? Salih Neon, the True Hand, blessed by the Forerunners. He moved against Imdama and sought to unite us under a single leader. And since I have never heard of this nation, I assume he failed. All I am saying, brother, is that we must not follow simply because we are told to. You talk of following like a lowly grunt. We are at war, fool. Orders are orders. Act like you understand that. The Arbiter is a soldier just like you. He is not perfect. He is wise and brave. That is more than I can say for you.
The Master Chief worked with Cortana for a while, right?
Yes. Chief considered her a close friend.
It's unusual for anyone to anthropomorphize an AI so deeply as to consider them a friend.
Unusual, but not unheard of.
Locke, I was reading the Blue Team file you assembled. I knew the rumors about the original Spartans, the kidnappings, the conscription. I never wanted to believe it.
Lesson I learned about history a long time ago. It's full of things you don't want to believe.
And getting fuller of them all the time.
I thought saying Helios would be different.
You'd be surprised how much we have in common with the Sangheili. For instance, they place huge importance on family and honor. What could be more human than that?
After all Halsey did to the Master Chief and Blue Team, and when they were kids no less, after all that, she still acts like she cares about them?
Psycheval says Halsey thinks of the Chief as her son. She has a motherly attitude towards all of her Spartans.
I'm glad I haven't read that psych report. Not sure I'd ever feel clean again.
I meant to ask, Buck, did you get any word to Veronica before we left?
Yeah, but she's working, so I don't expect she'll hear my call for a few weeks.
How does that work? Veronica and Oni, you're both always at opposite ends of the galaxy.
Works fine. Times we're in the same place make up for the times we're not.
Our systems have been compromised.
By the human AI, not the Covenant.
It is sabotage! We must respond!
We fight one enemy at a time. Today, the Covenant.
Our airstrikes will drive them out of hiding and into our ground troops. We clear and hold the indicated zones. We have sufficient military strength to handle the Covenant defenses.
If the human plan holds, they will awaken the Guardian. And then Sunayan is ours.
Arbiter, you know I do not follow the old ways, but to allow a human to awaken the Guardian...
That discomfort you feel, that betrayal, I am depending on it.
Sir?
The Covenant soldiers will hear the Guardian wake from its slumber. They will look up over the bodies of their brothers through the smoke of the burning city. They will look to the horizon as their holy idol rises from the sea and forsakes them. And that is when the Covenant dies.
Why do you pause? This wound is familiar. Dama Keep. Their plasma blades burn less intensely, harder to cut armor, but the injuries are more grievous and do not cauterize. So the blades leave Sangheili alive, but too wounded to fight. Most choose suicide to preserve their honor, making any wound a death blow. Barbaric, indeed. Had I ever met Jewel and Dama, I would have gutted him with my bare claws. These readings could be worse. Tell him to calm down. This equipment is confusing. I usually work with an assistant. Do not touch me! You honorless filth! Had the Arbiter himself not ordered me here, We can ill afford to lose warriors, even those as inconsequential as yourself. You spill blood outside of battle! I would rather take my own life than let you touch me. That life is not yours to take. You belong to the Arbiter, and he believes you are worth repairing. I refuse to be shamed by a... medic. Then die, coward. Fail the Arbiter, and have the shame of your dereliction follow your clan for generations. Oh. Good. Since you cannot be brave, at least be quiet. I have prepared the beds. There is no honor in dying in a tent, medic. The Sanghili must fall in battle. There is no battlefield harsher than a medic tent. Are you mad? You know nothing of combat! You fool. When I draw my weapons, it is for combat with death herself. I defend you with knife and needle. I fear no enemy. Not even death. Yes, that is what they always say. To spill blood outside of battle is a great dishonor. Words burned into all Sanghili since they were young. And to me, and for a time, I believed. I watched my brothers die around me and never dared give aid. Stitching a wound close brings dishonor. Setting a broken bone brings dishonor. Words of the ignorant ancient who never saw undetonated needle rounds pulsing beneath a brother's skin. If shame is the price of compassion, so be it. I'm stationed so close to the Arbiter, and gods, I have never felt so nervous. I set about polishing my armor straight away, but then thought the Arbiter might frown on such vanity. In battle, should I fly my Banshee to the front and show my skill, or would he see that as recklessness? I'm petrified. I would recuse myself from battle, but that would definitely disappoint him. Would it not? Anthropological Linguistics Log, Kolatka Bram speaking. Our history is lost in a haze of lies and myth. As the Covenant ends, I wish to relearn what we've lost, but the eroded and half-ruined glyphs in this place are maddening. Fragments of words dance before me. Here, prophecy, and here, reunite, or restore. Then a warning, something about responsibility and a great drowning. I could study here for years. When I joined the Swords of Sanghelios, I remained loyal to Jul Amdala. Today, I had my chance to kill the heretic, the false Arbiter. He was readying his armor. My hand fell to my weapon, and I saw the mark branded on his chest. He bears the mark, yet at that moment, I felt shame. His eyes caught mine, and I looked away. It is strange. Perhaps there is more to him than I thought. Erase previous recording, begin new recording. I saw you standing at your ship, with armored hand on armored hip. Both my hearts began to pound. So lovely was what I found. I love your brightly shining armor, human-named Commander Palmer. I wish that we... What are you doing here, Grunt? What are you laughing at? I will tear off your arms! We camp below the Titans of old. The stone warriors meant to guard Sinayon. Against us, I suppose. Or are we retaking Sinayon from the occupying Covenant, with the Titans at our backs? And when the Great Guardian awakes, will it save us, or forsake us? My head swims. I long for problems that can be solved with a plasma grenade. We set camp within sight of Sinayon. Audacious, but brilliant. We, Swords of Sanghelios, are united under no less a warrior than the Arbiter himself. He who exposed the countless lies of the San'Shium and drove back the Covenant. The Arbiter shapes our future with deference to our past. Let us never forget those who have journeyed into the howling dark and did not return, he once said. Have you ever heard such wisdom?
For us, the storm has passed. The war is over. But let us never forget those who journeyed into the howling dark and did not return.
Catherine Halsey, status update. I'm playing along with your protocol here, Tell. If the Fours bring me an active constructor, I can interface with the Guardian. It will receive Cortana's signal the moment it activates and initiates slip space, but I think I can make sure it leaves the sea before it jumps. I'll get it in the skies over Sunayan, like you asked. In return, send me some assistants with brains in their heads, and loosen this damn security. I'm not going anywhere.
Where sun and moon and planets roll, and stars that glow from pole to pole.
Interesting song.
Thanks! Human Prisoner used to sing. I thought maybe practice, sing with him. But then he was in corpse pile, so no singing with him. Happy to sing to you, though.